we're going to bring on Sandi Padnos now for an update, kind of a year update to give us where you're at now, right, Sandi?
Yeah, I'm calling this. It's so good to see you, Savvy and Dr. Harmon. Yes, I'm calling this my 1-year patch-aversary.
Patch-aversary.
Exactly. Yes, it is. Because I can't believe what a year that it's been. And it's, yes, our product is extraordinary. But I just have to say something about this community, because so many of these people that, like, I know your faces from Zoom. I mean, what a year we've all had, you know? Yeah. And what I love about our particular community is we all just learn so much from each other. Yes. And what's really interesting is that we're just very inclusive. I'm not just talking about race and gender and socioeconomics, the usual terms of inclusiveness. I just mean that everybody here has a body, and we're all interested in learning about everybody's journey. And that generosity of spirit means that when we learn from each other, when I listen to other people's testimonials, I go, oh, I've got that. Oh, right. I've improved that way too. Yeah. So I appreciate that you want to hear what I have to say, but it's just, I feel that all of this is very collaborative. Oh, I wanted to tell you something that I have before I start. I wanted to tell you some of the examples of what I've learned here. Okay. From Dr. Harmon on the science of the X39. He has said, this is the most brilliant biohack I've ever seen. From Savvy, who's the king of concise on the X39, he's king of concise on X39 convenience. No pills, no shakes, no shots. Okay, that's what I learned from you, Savvy. Thank you. And then from our brilliant intuitive leader, Onyx Cole, who goes through life disguised as a blonde bombshell, but we know how brilliant she really is, right? Yeah. Confused people do nothing. So all of that comes down to, I've had a heck of a healing year. I've learned a lot, and I get to be joyful in this body transformation. The way that you put it, Savvy, is I am slowly reversing the symptoms of my MS. That's unheard of.
Going backwards, correct.
That's right. And because you said, because basically my story is that I had lifelong gut issues. I've had 3 pelvic floor surgeries. I've had 10 inches of my colon removed. I actually was in a consultation in the doctor's office where they told me that I was a candidate to have my colon removed entirely. And I said, I think I'm in the wrong office. Yeah. And I walked out the door, and they were like, but you were referred by, and I said, I know, goodbye, I know.
You're fired.
So you never know what science is going to bring. And now we have patches. So anyway, from such a compromised gut, from there, at the age of 55, I developed MS, which was and it's a very quirky form. It's called tumefactive MS. So it's like 1 in 1,000 people have that particular breed. So, the gal that was talking about MS the other night was saying it's an unusual condition. The doctors don't even know what to do for us. Well, try to have the unusual of the unusual one.
Right, but for breakfast, well, do you want to bring us some of those bagels that you like from Whole Foods?
Yeah, we got.
I don't eat bagels right now. I am doing
if
keto.
That's what you guys want, and I'll pick up some cream cheese. All right, and we'll have fruit, and I've got bacon if you guys will eat it.
I'm going to mute everybody and then unmute.
I made it the last time, and you never even took.
Unmute yourself, Sandi and Savvy.
Okay.
All right.
So Sandi.
Yes.
I recall with this MS thing.
Yeah.
That you have slowly but surely been getting more and more mobile and doing things you couldn't do before. Is that right?
That's right. Slowly is the operative word, though.
But you're going in the right way, though.
I'm going in the right way. Now, here's where the brain glitch happened, right? I thought that I was going to say, and look what I can do now. And I was going to remember to have my bottle of water and open it for the camera because, I mean, fine motor skills that we take for granted. Those of you that have challenges with fine motor skills, you just can't open them. I can open a bottle of water now, but again, it's not like an I'm healed thing. It's in progress. So what did I remember to bring the bottle to show? No, but just trust me, I can open a bottle of water now,
Yeah.
But
And grip strength. That's kind of falls in line with
Yes.
grip strength. And so grip
Yeah.
strength is one of the measurements, right?
Mhm.
For
No,
getting better.
I do my exercises every day. I mean, it's not like just like patch me and let it happen to me. I mean, but what's interesting with the patch is I've got more motivation to take care of my body. And this is sort of like this emotional journey on the patch that we don't talk about as much. Yes, if you want to talk about symptoms reversing, my balance is stronger. I don't get dizzy. See, the thing with MS is you hurt everywhere. So, and you don't want to be like a whiner and a complainer. So you just sort of go inward and you just don't feel good. Well, at least that's my version of it. People have, every version is different. So,
Yeah.
the fact that I'm like sitting here and having fun with you, I mean, it's just like, I'm just more playful. It's just, I'm having a great old time.
Well, nobody talks about the emotional part enough. I'm happy that you brought that up because
Sure.
how important is that, right? So if you go to a medical doctor and they give you the doomsday prediction that, oh, maybe you can get 3 years, imagine that emotion, right? Especially if they believe that. So here, we don't talk about losing like that. We talk about winning. And so emotionally, if you start to get more and more positive and you're seeing results, I don't care if they're slow or not, if you're going in the right way, that's going to encourage you and be a little more joyous, like you said, right? Because this MS thing is close to my heart. My aunt Orchidea, we called her, she struggled with that challenge. And I watched that over 20 years too. We didn't have patches back then. So I'm thrilled that you're getting better. And let's go in your next year update. We stopped talking about this challenge. It's gone, right? That's the way I like to think. Anything else
found
you want
this.
to mention?
I found this. Can you see this? I've been aware of stem cells since 2001. This is a Newsweek cover. I saved it because it was the hope and promise of stem cells. This is when my late husband had Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
And now, all of this was on hold for years, unless you wanted to go to Europe and get expensive injections and things like that. We couldn't afford it. So I was always a bit of a stem cell wannabe. And now look what we can do with science now. It's such an amazing time to live.
And
So
your own stem cells, not somebody else's, yours.
yes. And let me just say on the emotional thing, I've had a really tough year. Okay. Very difficult year with family issues. My son's got twins on the way. There's a lot going on. And just to have the strength to sort of put that in its place and continue to have a life and to work this business and to be so interested in healing others. I just didn't have the energy, the desire, I don't know, like I wake up every day and it's a new adventure now. It's like life got fun again. They say that youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
Well, this whole product is a do-over. We just get to do it over again with the wisdom that we have of our years. So I love it.
Well, listen, thank you for giving us your update. Very positive, very uplifting. Thank you for bringing out the emotional part of it. Nobody really talks about that too much, but that's a huge piece, is the emotional part of it. It's hard to be joyous when you're in pain all the time. I saw my wife go through it. Short story with her, 6 doctors told me she would have to have back surgery, and we proved all 6 of them incorrect. She did not have back surgery. We turned that around in 90 days. So same with this challenge of yours. I'm going to say it now. I'm looking forward to when it's gone. All right. And let's not forget that David has more patches coming out too. Right. So thank you for giving us your update. We appreciate you a lot. We always love hearing from you. You're very, very well spoken, very articulate, and we'll have you on again. Okay.
I would love that. Thank you.
We appreciate you a lot. We're gonna send it back now to Dr. Herman. He can explain to all 191 people here how the patches work and importantly, how you get them. So
Well,
back to Dr.
thank you very much, Savvy and Sandy and Julie. I want to thank you, Sandy. Over the last year, I've seen you get younger. You look younger, you sound younger, and that is kind of a testimony of what the patches can do long term. I get the privilege of telling you how you can get your hands on these. This is what a packet of these, it's called the sleeve, looks like. This is the patch itself. It doesn't look like much, but there's magic in the patch. Not really, it's not magic at all, it's science. And that's what I get to tell you about tonight. So the stem cell industry is this huge burgeoning industry worldwide. There's so much interest in stem cells and injections and IVs. Those oftentimes are somebody else's stem cells that are extracted from a recent birth. Savvy, can you find out who needs to be muted, please? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of noise in the background.
Yeah.
So the founder and CEO of this company, David Schmidt, figured out a little bit of a secret. He figured out how to repurpose or redirect or recycle photons of light our bodies are already making. If you're not familiar with that, Savvy, can you mute everybody? Then I'll unmute myself. There's someone in the background that's very noisy. I did it, never mind. I did it. Great.
Thanks, Doc.
Hey, you bet. All right, where were we? We're talking about the stem cell activation patch. So this is what David figured out. Our bodies are emitting light out into the room around us. You can't see most of them. Some of them are visible with special machinery. Some of them are detected as heat. That's what a night vision goggle looks at. It looks like it looks at your heat signature. This is what he figured out. If I can make new types of crystals by combining amino acid, salt, sugar, stabilized oxygen, whatever's in that patch, it's proprietary information, that concentrate and selectively reflect back into the body some of those photons of light, I can turn on different pathways. He figured out how to get our body to make more stem cells and actually reverse the age of our existing stem cells. When I first started using these 14 months ago, I was 65 and my stem cells were old. I can tell you right now, I feel at least 10 years. I feel more like when I was 50 than I do almost 67. And that's been the experience of so many people that I've gotten to meet over the last 14 months, and I've watched them change on these Zooms. Sandy is one of them. So David Schmidt figured that out. So the actual mechanism is a little bit roundabout, a little bit of a roundabout way in that it elevates a normal peptide that's found in our body, a natural substance called the GHK copper peptide. Now, without getting too sciencey right now, just know that when you elevate the GHK copper peptide, it does a lot of wonderful things. Rapid wound healing, increases hair growth, smooth skin, decreases wrinkle depth, starts healing deeply over a period of months and months. I always tell people, don't start a long-term relationship with stem cells with short-term miracle expectations over a few days or weeks. It's not how it happens. It's like going to a trainer. You don't look like, Arnold in even 6 weeks. So just know wearing the patch over a long period of time gets that deep healing and regeneration that we desire. As we get older, what are our goals? We want to look good. We want to feel good. We want to feel our best. It's not like we have to go back in time, but we just want to feel our best, know who we are, and be able to move around as we get older. The goals change a little bit. So this patch elevates the peptide elevates stem cell production. So over time, they regenerate and heal things. Now, how do you get your hands on some of these? This is called a sleeve. It's a 1-month supply. There we go. I think we can see it now. And the retail on a sleeve of X39 is $149.95. Now, we think a better way to do that is to do the preferred customer, because there's some free product that's involved, and there's some special bonuses that you can talk to the person who invited you here. You can talk to them about that. If what we're saying, and you see that you would also get joy in helping people around you heal their body and be the best that they can be, then you might want to join with us in sharing these. We don't sell stuff. We just share stem cell activation patches. We know that they're going to help somebody, that loved one that we're talking to, live out their fullest expression of their life as well. Sandi's expression of life, I've seen it over the last year. I don't know Julie, I haven't known Julie very long, but I know Sandi has a fuller expression just in the way she interacts with us on the Zoom. She has gotten younger and she's healing. So those are the types of things that we seek to do with the people around us. And I want to thank everybody on the Zoom who's doing that and making our world a better place, because people are healing of things that they normally couldn't have healed of, gotten better. So you might want to join with us, and there are different ways of doing that. You can start with just a simple $25 fee on up to purchasing more product or just a little bit, but that actually gets you enrolled with the company. And now from that point on, you can purchase all the product at wholesale, and you can start sharing it. And you have a replicated website where you can send people to get and order the product that you tell them about. So that's how we share this product, is asking a simple question, what do you know about stem cells? That's what starts the conversation. So I mentioned we have one of these every Monday through Thursday at the same time. I want to invite everybody to tune in tomorrow night. If you haven't registered, please do so. David Schmidt, the founder and CEO of LifeWave, is going to be doing a webinar at 6 p.m. Pacific. Figure out your time from there. Invite everybody to go ahead and hop on that call. If this piqued your interest, this is your first night here, listening to David and his vision. In my eyes, he is on the level of Nikola Tesla in frequencies and energy, the things that he's doing, the patches that he has coming out, the ones that we already have. I get to talk about him Saturday and down in Salt Lake City, Utah at the Energy Healing Conference. And I will be there with energy workers and healers and body workers, and they're all going to find out about X39 and stem cell activation patches. It's going to be recorded, and we will post that for everybody to actually be able to tune into, even though it's not live. So one more thing I want to really emphasize with people: using the X39 changes a lot of things in your body. If you will go to the doctor's website who actually isolated and discovered this peptide in 1973, reverseagingwithghk.com, reverseagingwithghk.com, you will see 6 categories. He talks about all of the things that this peptide does. Some of them are anti-cancer. Some of them are one of the things that it says is the number 1 bioactive compound that's recommended to treat COPD. So there's so many uses of that and benefits of raising that GHK copper peptide. Only one of them is elevating our stem cells, and that is the biggie right there, elevating your own stem cells so that they can go through your body and heal those. questions, direct them to the person who invited you here, and they can get your questions answered. However you do it, get your hands on some of these patches. It's going to be a very healing and beneficial thing for your life, as like it has been for ours. So thanks a lot for coming tonight. It's been great. Thank you, Julie. Thank you,
Julie.
Sandy, for your testimonies. We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
We'll see
Julie.
y'all
Thanks,
next time.
Thank
Sandy.
you. Thank you. This
Appreciate
was
you.
awesome.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Night.